Alright guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to G World. Today I'm going to be doing a quick little book review on some of the books that brought me out of my depression. So about 2-3 summers ago, I forgot, I was going through it mentally with my mental health, and so I just got hyperfixated on reading. If you know me at all, I'm always too busy reading school books to like enjoy reading on my own. But during that summer, reading was like my saving grace. So I just read for probably like in the span of 2 months. I read these books, which isn't a lot, you know, I know people read more. For me, that was a lot. And these are the books that really just brought me out of my depression, that had really thick, juicy storylines, so it distracted me. All right, let's get into it. The first book I want to mention is called Sedating Elaine. This is my favorite book to date. It's so good. It's about this really toxic lesbian couple. One of the girls is crazy, insane, like very toxic, and the other girl is trying to pay back some money to this drug dealer and at the same time trying to escape from the crazy toxic girl. So she gives her this pill to sedate her, and the whole book is about like, holy shit, did I just kill my partner? So it's a really juicy book, really kind of sexy at the same time. I would reread this, honestly, I probably will. So yeah, Sedating Elaine by Dawn Winter, like, shit's gas. Okay, so next on my list is The Town of Babylon. Honestly, I didn't know what this book was about, but the cover art intrigued me, like this guy falling into this little suburban town, like, it captured me. I do judge books by their cover. But then I read it and oh my god, well, of course I read inside the sleeve a little bit and I was like, okay, it's gay, so I'm into it. So basically it's about this guy, he's an adult, he comes back into town. There was a high school reunion and he basically hooks up with this guy that he was friends with in high school and cheats on his partner, and it's just this whole crazy love story between him and his, like, what's the male version of a mistress? Mr. S. I don't know, but it's a really good book, and it talks about like his childhood struggles, his upbringing, growing up with a Latino family in a predominantly like white neighborhood. So very good, very relatable if you're like a person of color. But yeah, I really enjoyed this book too. It was really juicy and really a lot of drama in there. So if you want a good distraction, The Town of Babylon. Oh, by Alejandro Varela. Next up on the list, third favorite, We Do What We Do in the Dark by Michelle Hart. It's another gay story. Obviously, I have a type of fiction I like. I like LGBTQ plus stories. But this one is about a student and a professor relationship. And one thing I appreciated about this book, it's short, first of all, so it's like, I knocked this out in 2 days, I think. It just dives right into the plot. Like, there's no like crazy backstory. Like, it just brings you to the present about the affair between the student and this teacher. And it's just a crazy little lust story, I'd say, more than a love story. Next up, I have Play It As It Lays by Joan Didion. I was looking for some like classic literature. She was popular, when was this published? Let me see when this was published. So this was published 1970, so I wanted some like, yeah, I guess, is that classic? I don't know if that is constituted as a classic, if it's old enough to be classic, but just some old literature. Not necessarily like the new shit like I've been talking about, but I know Joan Didion writes like pretty like off-kilter, weird. She's notorious for her like contemporary approach to fiction. Like, she's not traditional by any means. This one did take me a little while, despite it being so like short and like with big margins. Like, it did take a little while to get through this because it's kind of you have to piece it together. It's not like a clear storyline. It's a lot of reading between the lines and like context clues. Like honestly, it's not my favorite, but it definitely it's centered around this like weird relationship, and it's just, I don't know, it's a little bit off kilter. So like I appreciate this book. You know, I wanted to read something by Joan Didion, and this is the one that I came across that looked enticing to me, so play it as it lays. And then, of course, last on the list, I finished up my depression reading with Diary of an Oxygen Thief, because every depressed person reads this. It's anonymously written, so we don't know the author, although we can probably find it. But this book, I was not that enticed by, because it gave very much like Catcher in the Rye, sad boy, like trying to be the hero but not having the self-esteem to do it. Like it gave me that kind of vibe. I just remember this like really like tragic protagonist. I'd say give it a try, give it a read, because it is just like one of those like Tumblr classics, you know, like everyone talks about this. If you're just a slight bit emo, then read Diary of an Oxygen Thief. Because I mean, in a lot of ways, you know, when you're in your depressed state, you're like, oh god, I relate to this. And maybe that's what kind of pissed me off, because I was like trying to escape and I wanted more dramatic, and this is a little bit more realistic. Obviously it's contemporary fiction. It's a quick read, honestly. If you can see, it's not small print, so it's just a little paperback. It's good to take with you like on a walk to the pool, the lake, the beach, whatever. So yeah, this was my last one on my depression trip. So that concludes this video. Obviously I have more books that are my favorites, but these are the books that got me through my depression era when it was really bad. Just to speak a little bit more on that, like my anxiety got to the point where I couldn't leave the house for anything besides work. Literally, I would find any excuse to not go out, and if I told my mom I'm busy reading, she'd understand, because you know, reading is like seen as a good thing. And I genuinely loved it, so I'd be like, no, I don't want to go, I'm busy reading my book. So that was my main excuse, and it was a valid excuse because I was reading. But yeah, I mean, if you like LGBTQ plus stories, these three are your best bet, because that's my type of story, and these are just really good. Something a little bit more serious, a little bit weird, off-putting, these two. But overall, these got me through it. Comment down below your depression books. I'd love to hear it. Let's build a community. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Like and subscribe.